Hi everyone, welcome back in CNT Talk Ragged. Today we have a very special guest from Axelera. So Alexis, the CMO of Axelera, and also the engineer of Axelera with Steven. Today we're very excited to announce also our partnership with Axelera because Axelera is like founded in 2021 with hundreds of millions of funding. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
In Netherlands. So with Axelera, it enables CNTs, our industrial fanless computer, to run really powerful edge AI on the fanless system that we have, and also some of our PCI expansion cards. So can you briefly tell me about Axelera and why they are different with other AI accelerators?
Sure, and Jordy, thank you for having us. This is so fun to be here with you today. So what sets us apart, in my opinion, is that a couple of things. One, we are incredibly performant in a very small energy envelope. So you can get up to 214 tops in 4 watts to 7 watts, so really, really small. But what does that mean? 7 watts. 7 watts,
It's
yeah.
very good, yeah.
But what does that mean? Because tops, like if you're not using them, who cares, right? So if you think about it in frames per second or the number of video streams you can run dozens of video streams depending upon the model you want or how high the resolution is. Or if you want to stack a couple of those together, you can run 8K. 8K video, real-time analytics at the edge. Zero data center connection.
So let's say if I'm like running multiple full HD cameras.
Yeah.
And like, can you give me like a rough number? How many camera streams that you can run on this single M.2 module that you have?
On a single module, I think we're at 24. Hold
24.
me. Yeah, at least 24
I can run
HD.
24 individual cameras.
Yes.
Running inferencing.
Yes,
Just from this little module over here.
that's correct.
24 is a big number, yeah. It's
It
a
is
lot.
a big number,
Yeah.
and it allows people to do a lot of other things too, because the way that our SDK works, we offload pre and post processing onto the CPU, but otherwise nothing's running there. So you have all of this capability on the CPU to run your analytics.
Right.
Typically, CPU utilization with us is like 7 to 11%. So you have a ton of headroom if you want to do more advanced analytics on all of those streams.
Right, because using the CPU is something that a lot of them are offloading a lot of software more and more that need to run with the CPUs.
Exactly.
And for example, like the solutions that you have, we're running this in our fanless PC, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that we also like to understand how for people that used to use NVIDIA GPU cards and they want to migrate using Axelera card.
Yeah.
Like, how do you guys help engineers to migrate easily to your platform?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's a question for everybody, right? Because that's a household name. So there's a couple of ways we look at it. One, we have fundamentally built our company on the idea of open, right? We want everybody to have access. So we've tried to make it as accessible as possible. A couple ways we do that. One, our Voyager SDK, which has kind of two ways to interact. It's the AI for me, meaning the AI for dummies, and you don't have to change hardly any lines of code in your existing model.
So it's an easy plug and play.
Easy plug and play. I've got development partners that have changed less than 6 lines of code and they are up and running. Super simple. The other way is the AI for data scientists, where you can go in and you can tweak every single weight if you want to. You can get down to the nitty gritty. So you've got the advanced solution or the novice solution, depending upon what you
like
want.
Flexibility.
Super broad, super flexible, designed intentionally for people to have access and bring their trained models directly to our platform. The other way we try and make it incredibly accessible is partners like you that are taking industry standard form factors, right? And you can plug it in to the systems you have.
Right.
Right?
That is something that we're actually very happy about, because not only that you have the M.2, it's a standard form factor that most of our computers have, and also you have the PCI cards that a lot of our computers have. So having this quick plug and play is something that very easily integrate into our fanless solutions and even some of our PCI solutions.
Yeah.
And also something that I want to talk with Steven, like, can you give us because I see here we have like 2 types of cards that Axelera have currently available on the market. You have the M.2 cards and you also have the PCIe. Like, can you give me a brief introductions on what are the difference, what are the use cases, when should like our viewers here like pick when can they run on the M.2 and when should they run on the PCIe?
So, thank you. So generally what we see is that people use the M.2 if they need a small form factor. Think of going underwater. You really want it very small, or if you're in a mine, you want something very
Really
small, very
form
tight.
factors.
Exactly. If you have a bit more room, you can go for a PCIe if you want. Generally the PCIe, we have a bit more room here to play with. So here we have we have 4 memory lanes, while on the M.2 we have a single memory lane. So you can imagine for certain applications, the PCIe might perform somewhat better.
Right.
Of course, for the future, we're always looking to expand, to go bigger. So you can imagine that we're gonna go higher on these lanes in the future. But for now, that is how I would pick.
So right now, with one, also you have like more memory lanes and 1 memory lanes. And for us as well, like for example, like these computers that we have, it runs on the M.2, but we do have a larger computers that are using the PCIe cards. And one great thing from our end is also we have multiple PCI expansion slots in one computer. So we can also run that like parallel, like we can also run multiple cards.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
So
you
we
can even mix and
more
match these.
powerful.
If you have two PCIe slots and one M.2 slot, you can just plop them all 3 in and run them together.
Oh, I can run both different cards into one single computer.
Absolutely, and our SDK will take care of all the streaming and sharing the workload between the cards. All of that happens automatically.
Wow, that's very cool because actually in our computers itself, we have multiple solutions that have these modular scalable IOs, including M.2 expansion cards and PCIe. And it's also some kind of like plug and play that we have in industrial. Because in industrial, we need really easily customizable solutions, but also they are ruggedized and also reliable for the edge. It's something that we are really good at, and we're very happy that you have this flexibility, like both PCIe cards and M.2. Okay, so one thing that I want to also check with Alexis, and thank you, Stephen, for the explanation.
Thank you.
Yeah. So during this COMPUTEX, a lot of people are talking about agentic AI agents like NVIDIA, Foxconn, MediaTek. They're talking about this kind of AI agents at the edge. So how does Axelera prepare running the AI agents at the edge with your solutions?
Yeah, I think that is the question for anybody that's building hardware, right? Because if I look back, I've been working on AI for 10 years, so I've been in this space for a long time. I know, I'm old. Let's not go there. But in that 10 years, it's been really different, right? What we started with when I first started to understand even how to spell it is night and day from what we have today. So even though we're talking about agents today, we're gonna have to be ready for whatever comes next. So from a hardware company perspective, our goal is to be as flexible as possible, right? So what we did was we designed our chip, this is the Metis chip. There's 4 cores in there, all of it's based on digital in-memory compute. What does that mean? That means we do matrix math better than anything, right? We are highly optimized. So as long as whatever comes next can run matrix math and that's how you perform these models, we can run it. That's how we're giving flexibility to the developers so that you're not just buying a purpose-built solution that you have to rip out in 6 months when something new comes around. That kind of thing.
Yeah, because all of this, like their computation at the core is actually matrix math. So it's very flexible for different type of models that are coming up and also existing models in the market.
That's right.
Okay, that's very cool. So yeah, I think thank you again for your time and for coming here.
Yeah.
So from CNT, we're very excited to announcing our partnership with Axelera. So we really hope to build more powerful edge AI solutions, because one thing that we know, a lot of these LLMs, like also the SLMs, they're running more and more. They need to run real time locally at the edge, and they also need to be reliable. So
that's right.
It's something that we try to validate our solutions also with your cards.
That's
so
fabulous.
we're very happy and very excited for this partnership, and we're looking forward to work with you and making more better solutions for the future.
Well, thank you. Again, the partnership's been great. We love it. Thank you.
Right. So yeah, that's all for today's videos, and stay tuned for more video at CNT Talk Rugged. See you next time.